So you kind of end this book by talking about how you can really just have like there's not room for much doubt with regards to the Christian canon. Like we have a very solid understanding of what's going on here. So what does that mean? And like does that mean that we can trust the Bible completely?
Yeah, well, it does. And of course, the Bible invites serious study.
Mm,
The real question about the Bible is understanding it. It isn't so
mm,
much the historicity. I mean, the historical parts of the Bible are well established with other historical records and archaeology. That's why I confidently talk about the Gospels. They exhibit verisimilitude. If they were pious fictions, like some of these later Gospels,
mm,
then they wouldn't exhibit verisimilitude. But what do I mean by that? Well, they talk about real places, real people, real events. And we can confirm that by other sources, including archaeology. So I know a bunch of archaeologists. I'm going to Israel later in the year and to film a documentary. And we'll interview a whole bunch of archaeologists. Most of them are not Christians.
mm,
Some of them don't necessarily believe in God, but they all make use of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Book of Acts, and the Jewish historian Josephus. Why?
mm,
Because those guys are accurate. They talk about real people, real places, real things. And so no archaeologist would fail to consult the Gospels when he's getting ready to dig in a certain place. And he's got 50 to 100 volunteers who will dig for the next 4 weeks in a certain place. They're going to move tons and tons of debris. There's a lot of expense. You're not going to dig in a wrong place. You're not going to dig somewhere and you have no idea if there's anything there to find.
mm,
So archaeologists, and I know this from experience, archaeologists regularly make use of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the four Gospels, and the Book of Acts regularly, even if they're Jewish or agnostic or whatever, they make use of the Gospels. Why? Because they find them accurate
mm.
and they find them reliable. So they use them to help them know where to dig and how to understand what they dig up. Well, man, to me, that's a big vote in favors. They don't have a dog in the fight, or as you said, a horse in the race. It's like, well, I'm not a Christian, I'm just this guy, I'm an archaeologist, but I'm not going to have 100 people dig in the wrong spot and
Yeah.
move 20 tons of earth and it's all for nothing. I want to be sure we're digging in the right place. So I will use whatever sources help me find the right place and understand it correctly. Oh, and by the way, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and the Book of Acts are sources that do just that. And so they use them even though they don't go to church or don't necessarily worship Jesus or believe in God. And to me, that is a real indicator that the Gospels are in fact recognized as accurate and reliable.